Okay, I went live there, but there was something about it. I couldn't get myself settled for some reason. Right, Friday. Before I go any further, I can do when I'm on live. I think I can bring one person on. I press it. If somebody fancies coming on live later on just for a chit chat, please do it because I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind it because next week, hopefully, I've got a player coming on for my first ever. I guess it's a podcast, and it's quite daunting because he's certainly not low profile. It's an extremely high profile person at Ibrox that you all know and all love, and it's I'm quite honoured that he said yes. I won't say who it is just in case it doesn't happen, but I can't see that not happening. But anyway, this week at Ibrox, at Rangers, whatever you want to call us, Ibrox training ground. I think it's been quite a good week for our first 5 days. I'm putting Monday as day one of the new ownership. We've brought a good defender in. It seems a good defender. We've got the chap from Dundee, and the lads are in training. And one thing that I think is quite important, although that might seem weird, nobody's left yet. In the past, there were probably been a few players who've left for probably 50% of what they're worth now, right? You know what I mean? Because we kind of had to sell it. Oh, sell. Because we had to keep the lights on. Whereas now we don't need to keep, we need to keep the lights on, obviously. But there's no urgency. But there's money. The bills will be paid every month without even thinking about it. That's what I'm trying to say, I think. But I like the fact that nobody's left because we're not being held to ransom by anyone. It's up to us. We won't let a person go, a player go until we're happy. And for me, that's a brilliant position to be in. A lot of people don't realise it. But just again, people say, but we should build a team around this person. That isn't how it works anymore. It's sell high, but bring in low. Sell high, bring in 3 for that price, for that 15 million profit we've made. All that profit won't be going in 3 more players or something like that. But it's going in the bank and it's there for purchasing players. And it still surprises me when people say, "Oh, but we're selling this guy, we're selling that guy." Well, I know. I've just said we've not sold anyone yet, but there's obviously players going out. So what we're going to do for the start of the Champions League? Like, mate, they'll bring people in. Don't worry about it. There's too many people still panicking. I've just had a discussion with a chap on Twitter, disgruntled bear who always talks sense. So this is one of the biggest moments in the club's whole history, and there's people finding fault in it still. I still don't get it. It's and it's excuse me, you might have heard that because it's right there, but I still don't get why people are finding fault in what we're doing. Okay, I understand reservations about the manager, but that we'll see what happens. I'm talking more about off the field, man. Listen, we've had an absolute nightmare 14 years because of that clown that's been mouthing off today. Why did David Murray feel he had to speak now? One of the biggest weeks in our history, he goes and does an interview. Could he not have waited 6 months to do it? Or, you know what I mean? He's put a bit of a damper on this week because that guy is I can't say that word, but a very massive lady's part as far as I'm concerned. I watched a tiny bit of the interview and I just get angry. I'm getting angry now talking about him. He said he's been quiet for 14 years. Steve, why is he releasing an autobiography as well? He's loaded because he's made a lot of money since the thing at Rangers happened. By the way, and there was also, I think there was even time back, there was a period where he thought he might have been coming back as well because of his conscience. Whether that was true or not, I don't know. The person that told me certainly will have known. Anyway, that didn't happen. But it's really annoyed me that he's decided to pipe up right now. You know what I mean? And from what I can see, it's poor me. It wasn't my fault. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's forget about that lady's part. But anyway, so how do you lot feel about this week? I'm in a good place with Rangers. I think we're doing okay. We're doing all right. The lads are in training, and like I say, one of our models will be getting the young team through. But that's another. I'm going to do a separate video on the young players and all that. That's one of my videos I'll do when it's a bit quieter. You know what I mean? Because I've got a list of videos to do when it's not so busy. But again, see if anyone fancies coming on for a chat later on. I think you can only do one on Facebook because there's a wee option comes up saying invite so and so, invite so and so on. That'll be a good crack. It'll give me practice for next week. Okay, right? I can smell my chicken nuggets. Cheers.